Hi everyone, my name is Angelique, also known as Light. Welcome to my channel. Hopefully you can hear me. I notice my volume has been pretty low lately. Um, I have a relative in the house during the day now, so I can't talk as loudly as I used to. If you can't hear me, plug me into your television and listen that way. It'll be much, much louder, okay? Get some headphones so you could be able to hear me because I can't scream and like I used to into my cell phone. All right, thank you for coming onto this video. Click like on this video, share this video, subscribe, stay a while, tell a friend about my channel. My channel used to be about narcissism, but it's going to be more about healing, self-love. Sometimes I have commentary on here, and definitely spiritual experiences and how to get started on your spiritual journey, how I got started on my spiritual journey, and pretty much that's about it. Okay. Sorry about that. Gotta take a sip. All right, let's get into the topic. Oh, yes, if you want to book a phone session with me, you can do so. If you want to talk about narcissism, if you want to talk about spiritual experiences, how to start your healing journey or your spiritual journey, friendships, relationships, anything you want to talk about, you need to vent, or you need a kickstart to your healing journey. I'm your girl. You could book a phone session with me. All of the information will be in the comment section or click the description bar, and all the information will be there. You make your payment first and then email me at neoang3000 at yahoo.com, letting me know that you made your payment, and we set up a phone session that way. If you decided to give me a donation to keep my channel running, the more donations I get, the more information I put out, content I put out. Thank you. I had about 2 donations last week. Thank you so much to the 2 young ladies who donated to me. I appreciate it. Um, what else am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. Okay, let's get right into the topic. Why I think chosen ones, spiritual people, conscious community, woke community, um, star seeds, indigos, empaths, all of us, spiritual light workers, spiritual community. Why do I think that as we became awakened, became aware of ourselves, um, got healed a whole bunch, did all the shadow work, why is it harder for us to find love or not find love, to attract love, right? And I always tell people, I don't look for love, I attract love. Okay, that's like one of my favorite things to say. When they say, oh, are you looking for love, are you looking for a man? I'm like, I'm not looking for a man, I attract men. Okay. And that is definitely the mindset, especially for feminine energy, to have. It's definitely look at it like you're not searching or you're looking, but you're definitely trying to attract love and be in alignment with love. Um, one of many reasons why I think chosen ones have a harder time finding love or attracting love, I would say, is because after you've done all the work, sometimes your mindset hasn't altered to a whole new system. Okay. So if before you did your healing work, before you did your shadow work, right? Before you became awakened, you used to eat certain things that you don't eat now, right? So your body had to take time to get used to a whole new different type of food. So before you was eating a lot of meats, now you're eating more fruits and vegetables and drinking more water, and your body has to adjust. So maybe some of you might have breakouts, or some of you will run into the toilet all the time because your body is trying to adjust. Well, that's how it is when it's coming towards how you used to move with love. Okay, so say if before you used to go clubbing, but now you don't go clubbing, so you don't meet a whole bunch of people. You don't pick up guys, random girls anymore. Maybe y'all do, maybe y'all do, but a lot of you who are having issues with attracting somebody, um, is because you don't go to the same places you used to go, okay? You don't do the same things that you used to do. So you're not going to be picking up randoms and strays like you used to, all right? And we had a higher chance in coming across. And then think about it. Those strays that you used to pick up, were they really a quality? No. If they was really a quality, they wouldn't have been so easy access to get to, okay? Um so the methods, that's what I'm trying to say, the methods of how you used to date, you can't do that anymore. A lot of you before, y'all make it so easy, y'all go on dating apps and y'all keep meeting people. I'm gonna let you know now, there's a lot of people who have met their husband or their wives on dating apps, but especially today, dating apps is like a cesspool of broken people, of people who may be socially awkward or have, sad to say, a lot of mental illness issues, who are scammers, who are liars, who are cheaters. You gotta understand they're all mixed up in there. So you're gonna have more negative beings on social media, more negative beings on dating apps because honestly, it's easier. Okay, they can pretend, they don't really have to face the person. Okay, it's probably easier. It's easier access. I always think about like the narcissist, so psychopath, sociopath. Back then, they had to drive around the neighborhood looking for their victims. Right now, they don't have to do that. It's easier access to where they can just go on Instagram, they can just go on Twitter, they can just go on Snapchat, they can just go on these dating apps and go, yep, I'm gonna kill her. I'm going to sexually assault her, or it's easier to find their victims. Okay, so I would say maybe if there's 50,000 people on a dating app, guess what? Maybe 10,000 out of those 50,000 people are positive people. Okay, when you know your worth, you're not gonna be for lingering around places that people who don't know their worth or don't have value, you're not going to be around there. Okay, so all I'm going to say is if you do decide to use dating apps, just know, I know this sounds extreme. Pray before you get on there. Be careful. Use all safety when you're meeting up with these individuals. Maybe try to go to dating apps that you have to pay for, because a lot of these psychopaths, narcissists, perverts, they're not going to want to pay sometimes. But even then, it is very, it's a risk take, okay? So, long story short, when it comes to that, the way you used to meet people, you now have to change the way that you meet people, okay? It can't be the same method because you're not the same person anymore, all right? So that is something I noticed, and it's easier for me. Like sometimes I go on dating apps, like every couple of months I'll go on a dating app, and I'm realizing, wow, I remember like 2, 3 years ago, this is the same guy, and they talk to so many women, they don't even remember my profile. I remember their profile, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? This guy, like, I went on a date with him like 3 years ago. He's talking to me like he's never met me. That means he's going out with hundreds of women, talking to thousands and hundreds of women. He's probably sleeping with hundreds of women. Please be careful on these dating apps, okay? I understand there's a panorama out there still, and the world is very different. You got to have a shot and all this stuff, and some of us, in the conscious community, some of us chosen ones are choosing not to get shot up, okay? And that makes it a little bit difficult to meet new people. But when the weather is warmer and it's time for you to go outside, talk to your other friends, people in your community, Maybe if you have Facebook, they have groups on there too where you can meet other conscious people and y'all can do meetups or link ups, okay? And you talk to people. But even if you meet people through your other conscious friends, please vet them out, vet people out, all right? Just because you met them through a friend doesn't mean that that person is safe, okay? So, you're gonna have to figure out other ways to meet people. You better go to the bookstore, the coffee shop, okay? Maybe if you're on the train, I mean, something, when somebody invites you somewhere, go, go, go. You never know. I got invited to a wedding back in September. I went. I was like, I don't want to dress up really, but let me go because you never know. I might be meeting my husband at this wedding. So when people invite you places, even though it might not be your speed, you never know. You and another person might be the only two conscious chosen ones at an event that maybe they felt awkward that they got invited to, a family member's event or a friend's or a coworker event, and y'all link up. You never know. So you have to put yourself out there in order to meet people. Change up your routine and how you're going to meet the men and women that you want to connect with, all right? Another reason I notice is because some of us, when you do your healing work and your shadow work, you be feeling yourself, you're smelling yourself. I don't know, that's a New York thing where we say you smelling yourself too much, meaning you think very highly of yourself. So when you think very highly of yourself and you're not as humble as you should be, okay, and I kind of hate the word humble in a sense now because people do use the word humble to belittle people, right? But I notice I don't want to say humble, but you know, um still be graceful in your movements, that don't look down, be like, psst, they're not as healed as I am. Or, don't get me wrong, I don't want y'all out there dating or trying to hook up with people who aren't healed and who are giving off such a toxic energy. We want to be with people who are on their healing journey as well, or their spiritual journey as well. I get it. But a lot of times, y'all think so highly of yourself that you miss out on great people, all right? So that's something, check yourself. Are you ego based? Are you thinking that you're better than people and that's why you're not giving yourself space to meet new people because they not looking or coming in a package that you're normally used to, okay? That can be it too, all right? Um, an- Another reason, and definitely I feel like the chosen ones, we know a lot. We know a lot. The chosen ones aren't meeting people or connecting with the type of love they need. We know a lot, okay? And when we weren't healed or we weren't awakened, we weren't on our spiritual journey or our healing journey, you were blind. You were blinded, okay? So there's a lot of people who are in relationships because they really can't see the truth about their lover, right? I watch a lot of, associates and friends, and I'm like, she can't see this dude is gay, or she can't see this dude is, a demon. She can't see this dude is, not into her. So all those things that we've been through when we were blind, we were sheep. Um, that's the reason why we had so many people knocking on our door because we couldn't see. We were blind, okay? We were blind. We thought that these people were really into us. We end up getting played. And I got played so much when I was, unhealed. And it's much easier. Unhealed people, it's much easier for them to find love because their value is so low. When your value is higher, you're going to get less candidates, okay? Because most people on this planet that I notice, they don't want to do the healing work. They don't want to be on their spiritual journey because it's hard work. Okay, it's easier to go out and get money, to get a job, get a car, get a house. Healing work is hard work because you have to get to a place where, one, you got to admit that you're broken. You got to face the things that you went through, childhood trauma, heartbreak, mistakes that you made during those times. People don't like to face themselves. They don't like to look in the mirror, okay? So it's much easier for them to go get that degree, okay? It's much easier for them to get that title, that money, and all those accolades and different positions and all these different things in earth, on earth. The material things are much, much easier to get. You think they're not, but they really are. They're much, much easier to get than to have that spiritual wealth, okay? And this is why you're gonna have suddenly less people are gonna come to you, because not that I would say maybe it is an intimidation. It really is an intimidation because people know who they truly are inside. You can't see, some of you don't have that gift where you can see the truth and how people are spiritually, you know. So when you do meet somebody, it might be like, oh my goodness, he's so fine or she's so fine. But what happens is they ghost you, they disappear on you. You're like, what's going on? How come they ghosted me? Because they know when they met you, you was about your business. You're really about your healing work. You see the world for what it really is. You could see spirits. You could read, do you have psychic abilities, or you do tarot cards, or you're in tune. You know what the hell is going on, all right? And they know they can't pull nothing over on you, so they disappear on you. So it makes it harder for you to connect. Or you might meet somebody that you don't even get their number. They have a conversation with you, but they don't ask you for your number. You're like, why is this happening to me? What's going on? So this is something I noticed when I was in my 20s and I had daddy issues and I was broken. Do you know how many guys I had in my phone? Guys taking me out on dates. I had 2 proposals of marriage in my 20s while I was broken. Are you kidding me? Dudes wanting to knock me up, have babies with me, and all that stuff because I didn't have no worth. They knew that they could be able to control me. Oh yeah, she's a cute girl. I can, keep her around, marry her. She could be my cook, my cleaner, my motivator, have my kids. That's all they wanted me for. They didn't want me for me. They never asked me, oh, what you want to do with yourself? Do you have any goals or aspirations? These are people who never ask you about yourself or try to build, and you're gonna notice a difference, the quality of the people that you're going to attract. So when you get into your awakening, you have to kind of get over that. You have to understand that you're not going to get as much traffic because your value. You think you go to, let me see, you go to like Forever 21 or you go to Macy's. There's probably thousands and thousands and thousands of people walking in and out. But you ever go into a luxury store, you walk in there, you might see like 5 customers in there buying a little Louis Vuitton Gucci bag. But I never been into a luxury store and seen thousands and thousands of people. Why? Because the merchandise is more expensive. That's how it is now. Maybe twice a year I come across a decent man, you know, and it is what it is. So it's really a compliment that people know that they can't touch you. People know that you're very valuable and they can't play with you. They can't play mind games with you. They can't play spiritual games with you. So that's really why it's harder for you to connect. It doesn't mean that you're not going to eventually come across, but if you can get over the fact that you're not going to come across people constantly all the time, because really you're around people that haven't did the healing work. They know that you don't mirror them. They know that their soul isn't matching your soul. Even though you might be physically attracted to them, they can't do it for you. So that's to kind of, going on to this part is you keep hanging out with the same friends, the same circle. You can't do that anymore. It sounds terrible, but the type of friends that you're hanging out with will reflect onto the kind of relationship that you're going to attract, okay? So I have another video on here that talks about why I don't hang out with um broken Jezebel spirit women anymore, women who romanticize struggle love. You know, sometimes you're going to have to leave friends behind in order to gain a romantic relationship. You can't hang out with the same miserable ass men or miserable ass females. You can't, you know, people hit the word female, women. You can't hang out with miserable women anymore, because they're not going to influence you, and they're not going to influence your mind for to attract greater love. Another reason why I feel a lot of spiritual people don't, you know, the chosen ones don't really get in alignment to attract love is that, you know, you don't really, you try to treat it like how you can. All right, we use a lot of manifestation. So like, oh, I manifested this car, I manifested this, I manifested that, right? I get it, but you have to put yourself into the position. So maybe you put yourself in the position to get a car. You put yourself in a position to get money. You put yourself in a position to get an apartment. You know, you did certain steps. You did spiritual and physical steps, but you haven't worked on the steps that you need to attract a lover. Get it? So yeah, you can heal, but you have to put in the steps. So maybe you got to get your womb together. Maybe you got to, brothers, you got to get your hygiene together. Maybe you got to get your apartment clean. You got to get certain things in order. Okay, maybe you got to learn how to cook. You know, men can learn how to cook, women know how to need to learn how to cook. Maybe there's certain things about you that you need to let go. Okay, so yeah, you did your healing work, you did your shadow work, but there's still certain things you need to like work on your feminine energy or work on your masculine energy, work on balancing your energies in order to attract. So yes, you might be awakened. Yes, you might have done your shadow work and healing work, but in order to attract the love portion, there still might be some work that needs to be done. Okay. What's another reason why? Oh my gosh, it's slipping my mind. Um, Damn, I need to start writing this stuff down because I had it right in my head. Um, Damn, I forgot like that. But anyway, yes. So make sure you do the healing work and the attracting work. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I want a good man or a good woman." You have to make sure that that's who you are. Are you that good man or good woman? Even though you could have healed from your daddy issues or your mommy issues, but you're still not a good lover. Another reason why also is sometimes chosen ones you're a good lover. Sometimes, you know, you're a good lover in the bedroom, or you're a good friend, you're a good daughter, you're a good son, but you're not loving on yourself, okay? So get them self-love days in, them self-care days in. And it's not just about taking a spiritual bath or taking yourself out to brunch and buying yourself nice things. Those things are great too, but like, do you speak to yourself loving? You know, are you good to yourself? Do you motivate yourself? Write yourself love letters, okay? That's something I'm gonna start doing, writing myself love letters, all right? Look at your photos. Take a nice photo shoot, okay? Pay someone to shoot a beautiful photo shoot of yourself. Put photos around of yourself. Leave yourself little notes around the house. Oh, I'm proud of you how you did XYZ at work. I'm proud of you for doing this. Whatever it is, put it on your fridge, put it on your mirror, put it in your bathroom in there, stick it in the shower wall. You know, love on yourself, because that's really is what's going to attract people to you when they see like, oh, he or she is shining and beautiful. Yeah, you're going to get the vultures too. You're going to get the vultures, but when people see how you're loving on yourself, they're going to want to love on you too, because they're like, dang, okay, yeah, they shine in, they love themselves, they do things for themselves, they move that way. And that also weans out certain people, because there's been people who they won't come to me. They won't even talk to me because they see that I take myself on trips. I keep myself looking good. I'm nice to myself. I go to dinner by myself. I say great things. I call myself a goddess. They see all this. They're like, yeah, she's full of herself. Yeah, good. I want you to think I'm full of myself. I want you to think that because then you have to know that you got to come correct to me, okay? So these are the things that I notice about chosen ones. So we may not get the quantity, but when it comes, we get the quality, okay? And it's a whole new lifestyle and a whole new pattern that we have to learn in order to attract love. That's what it is. Another reason, and this might break some of your hearts when I'm going to say this, another reason you might not be attracting love at this point is because it may not be what you're supposed to have at this moment. Some of us have some very high calling positions in this realm, in this lifetime, that we don't have the time to serve a man or serve a woman at this time. All right, you have to be focused on your calling. All right, a lot of you, when y'all get in relationships, y'all get so engulfed and you want to wrap your skin around that person and all this stuff. No, you don't need to be that way in every relationship. And your ancestors know, and your God knows, your spirit guide knows, and they're holding that up until you kind of grow up out of that codependency type of love, right? Or you got some work to do, so they know that, you know what, we're going to block the love for now until he or she finishes what we told he or she to do, and then we can bring the love in. So a lot of you, technically, you are waiting. You're waiting on yourself. You're waiting on yourself to mature in that area where you no longer become so codependent on your lover. And because you got work to do, you have work to do first, and then the love will come. And trust me, I get it. I'll be 40 next year, and I've never been married. I don't have any children, and I'm still trying to attract that same love. Okay, that mutual love. That's the kind of love I want. I need that mutual type of love. It was always I loved him and he didn't love me, or he loved me and I didn't love him back. You know, it was very rare for me to like ever have like the same mutual type of love. But when I think back to it, I am so happy. You know, I got proposed to twice in my 20s. I'm so happy I didn't marry either one of those men, and I had a lot of work to do. I had a lot of healing work to do, and I don't regret it. You know, it will be. I do believe that I will end up getting married sometime in my 40s. I don't know to who, but then again, also be at peace with if you never get married. That's something that you have to be at peace with, or you never become a mother. You know, everything happens for a reason. You know, and once you become to terms with that, or you know, you're in peace with that. You know, I'm in peace with that. I haven't come to peace yet that maybe I'll never be a mom. I'm still going to keep fighting for that position, whether I get married or not, whether I got to get inseminated or whatever. You know, that's something that's definitely in my plans, in my mind, that I want to be a mother regardless if a man chooses me, okay, whatever. But yeah, that's something I noticed, the differences between when I was healed and now that I am healed. We're never fully healed, but you know, there's always something you discover every time you think that you can take the band-aid off and you heal. You're like, oh my gosh, there's another cut, there's another scratch. But I would advise, I wouldn't date somebody if you've done some heavy healing work when it comes to your childhood trauma. I wouldn't suggest that you date somebody that hasn't even started working on healing their childhood traumas, okay? But that is something I noticed and something I got over too. And this might be one of you, and y'all used to do this. I used to date people beneath me, and I heard another YouTuber talking about this the other day. It's a woman, and I related to her so much. And I used to do that. And some of you would be like, but you were broken. Yeah, but I was broken, but I was dating men who were like broken, like really broken, because when I had these childhood traumas, I didn't feel validated. My dad didn't validate me. My dad abandoned me. So a lot of people who had abandonment issues, they weren't validated by their parents. I definitely was never validated by my father. So what I would do is I used to date men who was like really beneath me, and I didn't notice it until like and even when it was pointed out to me, there was people who like met like my ex-boyfriends, and they'd be like, that's your boyfriend? People would be so shocked. They'd be like, why are you dating him? Like, he's nothing like you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like me. When I look back at those men, they were nothing like me. Believe it or not, they were beneath me. They were, but a lot of you will, because of that validation that you didn't have, the daddy issues or the mommy issues, you will date people who are beneath you, so that way those people can validate you. You could be better than them, and it will, give you some type of fulfillment that you're helping them. A lot of you will date low beneath you, okay, to make yourself feel more important, feel validated, and you get something from helping others who are in a worse situation. So, I don't have any mental illnesses, or my I guess my mental illness will be like, I used to suffer from really bad depression, right? But then I would go date a guy who like takes medication, who is bipolar or schizophrenic or something like that, because in my head I'm like, oh, I'm helping him, but really I needed to help myself. All right. So a lot of you might be doing that even though you have done your healing work. So you have to change your type. Okay. So now when I meet a guy and I'm like, oh yeah, this guy had a lot going on with him, I'm now not disgusted by him per se, but I'm disgusted. Like, nope, I don't want no parts of that kind of relationship. Now I'm not attracted to broken boys. There you go, yay! I'm no longer attracted to broken boys. So you have to change your type. Change, definitely change your type, and that's something that I noticed, and maybe that will help you, because some of you are probably still attracted to the types that you can save. All right, no saving anybody. The only person you need to save is your damn self. Okay, so that is my advice to you guys. Hopefully it will kind of give you at least some clarity on why it's much harder now, chosen ones, okay, conscious community, to connect with somebody who's more in alignment with you. But one thing I will say, once you are on that alignment, once you are on your assignment, you're going to meet somebody. You're going to, and even if you don't meet a romantic partner, you're definitely going to be blessed and connected with people who are more like yourself. And I've been like connecting through Instagram with people who are more like myself, and I don't feel, as crazy as I used to feel, okay? But I'm not ready to like start new relationships, friendships yet. But I have been getting blessed with people where at least I can have certain conversations with them who are more spirit like, and have the same mindset as I do. All right, so good luck on your love journey, and don't let February 14th, Valentine's Day, make you feel any kind of way. I'm telling you, don't. Go out with your girls, go out with your boys, go out with yourself. That's my homeboy's birthday. That's also my mom's birthday, but she passed away um, 15 years ago. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I don't really celebrate holidays. But because it's her birthday, I might like go out to dinner or something like that. I usually hang out with my homeboy, who it's his birthday too. So I think I might do that. But it's really just a regular day. Okay, it's just a regular day, but because my mother happened to be born on Valentine's Day, I always try to make a point to go out and celebrate her life. Okay, probably get some roses and light a candle out for her in memory of her. But love day should be every day for yourself. You can change it up. You can say, oh, February 14th is love day, self love day. You can do that as well. But don't feel no kind of way and stay off of social media if you are in that huge depression of not having a lover. All right. But like I'm still in the same boat as you guys, but because I know my worth, I don't care that, I'm not giving up my good goods to someone who doesn't even deserve them. Your worth will have you celibate. Your worth will have you single because you know that you're willing to wait for the person that deserves you. All right? Peace, blessings, and love. All right? I'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to donate and don't forget to book your phone session with me. All that info will be in the comment section in the description bar. Take care.